Despite the huge horns, whose span can exceed the height of an adult, longhorns are calm and phlegmatic animals. But when a representative of another breed decides to attack him, this longhorn bull gave a crushing rebuff. And it looks pretty epic, doesn't it? And we will show you other cases in which bulls demonstrate their strength. A huge herd of buffaloes noticed young lions resting on the grass. The ungulates have no numerical advantage here, so they couldn't really just let the predators lie around and doze. The bulls went on the attack in a huge wave. They stand shoulder to shoulder and point their horns at predators. There are several lions, and only this saved them from a terrible massacre. The bulls do not want to take risks, so they are not going to arrange a massacre. But the lions don't know that. The confrontation looks incredibly epic. The predators had to take a defensive position and stay close. They growl and try to scare away the bulls, but the lions do not know that they are just being bullied. The bulls are pushing back the lions, and if the predators flinch and show their backs, they will simply be trampled. Therefore, they retreat gradually, one at a time. First, the youngest individuals, like this male with a small mane. The problem is that he didn't find the best place to sit out. The huge stone may be big, but it is sloping enough. While the other bulls were distracting the young lion's attention to themselves, while one of them calmly walks in from behind and stops right above the lion. It feels like the buffalo decided to prank the predator. It seems that the bull knows that he is being filmed. And he wants to get a good shot, so he poses while the lion is almost hysterical under his horned head. Come up with a funny remark to the bull and let us know in the comments. As a result, the lion still can't stand it and jumps off the stone. The bull, excited with excitement, meets him at the bottom. A powerful blow with the horns, and a lion weighing as much as a small motorcycle flies up. He's alive, but a couple of ribs were definitely broken after that ram. This buffalo, unlike the previous one, is serious. The sharp tip of the horn flashed a few inches from the lion's throat. Fortunately, the young lion dodges the next attack and runs away just between the other ungulates. It is unlikely that he will hunt bulls soon. The predator will remember this lesson for a long time. The lion tried to make a frontal attack on the buffalo, but this was a mistake. The ungulate met the predator with horns. The lion barely jumped back and tried to sidestep the herbivore, but the bull reacted with lightning speed and met the opponent again. It looks like a game, but the reaction speed allowed the bull to save his life. This bull was calmly bathing in the cool water when a huge lion attacked him from behind and bit the base of his spine. The reaction of the ungulate unpleasantly surprised the predator. Instead of fleeing, the buffalo turned around and decided to repay the same to the lion. The powerful beast lifted the predator on its horns right under its hind paw. With a sharp movement of its head, the bull threw the lion out of the water. One can only empathize with the Leo, because if you take into account the place where the horn hits, then for a while the lion will growl in a much higher voice. A tiger is a predatory beast that relies on a quick, sudden strike. He cannot chase prey for a long time and must catch it almost immediately. But when it comes to a twice as massive buffalo, there won't be any problems, right? After all, the bull should be less agile. But the tiger's calculation did not come true. As soon as the ungulate saw the predator, it showed much speed that the tiger was simply shocked. The bull went straight through the thicket and did not slow down at all. Surprisingly, this horned jock turned out to be also quite the sprinter. The bull fell 2 steps behind, then 3, and just ran out of steam. The buffalo broke away from the chase and disappeared into the thicket, and that's probably why the tiger paid special attention to sneaking up here. Just look how long and carefully the cat approaches the prey. In front of her is a huge, powerful gar, a muscular Asian buffalo whose weight is approaching a ton. In order not to miss such prey, the striped cat shows wonders of endurance. But the tiger clearly didn't know who he was dealing with. At the last moment, the gaur turns his muzzle to the tiger and shows that he was waiting for the enemy. Wait, is this a trap? It seems that the bull is so confident in his abilities that he does not run away, but on the contrary, invites the tiger to fight. And the striped predator is retreating. No need to accuse him of cowardice. When such a hoofed monster is preparing to ram, retreating is a reasonable decision. And this scene even looks kind of funny. Here the tiger carefully sneaks up on its prey, and now it turns 180 degrees to quickly get out of trouble. And all because he was noticed by an adult and powerful gaur. So what would you do if you noticed a tiger sneaking up on you? Well, this gaur will just go on a frontal attack, and he manages to put the world's largest panther to flight. And this gaur is so confident in his abilities that he does not even wait for the predator to attack. The ungulate is the first to go into battle and pursue the enemy, and the tiger is shocked by such impudence. Of course, the gaur is twice as big, but still needs to show some respect for carnivores. But no, the bull doesn't really care. He runs along the shore of the lake and doesn't even let the tiger just drink some water. The cat will have to retreat. The predator does not want to fight without the effect of surprise against such a scumbag with sharp horns and powerful hooves. It was not worth underestimating his speed, however, as well as his strength. The zebu lives in Asia. This cow differs quite a lot from the European cows that we're used to, and it's difficult to confuse the zebu with the European bar. Zebu have a real pronounced hump on their back, which is most likely used in the same way as camels, to accumulate useful and nutritious substances in the fat layer. Indeed, the zebu can go without water and food for quite a long time. Smaller than camels, but larger than European cows. In addition, the zebu has a slightly different body silhouette, less muscular legs, and there are also many folds of skin underneath the chin on the neck. Looking noble to a zebu, but if you think that they avoid fights and run away at the slightest threat, then you are wrong. Really wrong. However, this was a mistake for zebu to mess with this buffalo. He clearly overestimated his strength. Zebu may not be able to last longer in the desert than buffaloes accustomed to the tropics, but this does not give any advantages in a fight. And the more aggressive and muscular buffalo pushes the zebra without any problems. It's a good thing that I don't knock him down, because otherwise the zebra would have been trampled on. But you can clearly compare how these horned breeds differ. But it is better for less massive animals not to mess with them. The ram's battering ram did not make the zebra retreat an inch at all. The bull took the blow on its horns, turned its head sharply, and spun the ram in the air around its axis. The brazen beast collapsed at the bull's feet. He will not forget this lesson. There are many breeds of bulls that come from different wild subspecies of this hoofed animal. Externally, the subspecies can differ significantly from each other, as Asian massive and muscular gaurs differ from ordinary European cows or Indian humpback zebus. The difference can be clearly seen here. The wild buffalo decided that the domestic bull was not his equal. However, there were cows nearby, and the bull could not give up in front of them, so he gave the wild buffalo an impressive rebuff. When the two massive and powerful beasts clashed, the ground seemed to shake from their blow. I wonder who the cows are rooting for. Their kinsman, or an exotic and unusual wild stranger? Just look at how they closely monitor the situation and approach the opponents almost closely. The cows are not afraid of them at all, because they know that this is a showdown for leadership in the group. And don't let the rivalry of different subspecies bother you. Wild and domesticated ungulates often arrange mixed temporary families. By the way, this threatens the population of wild purebred subspecies. And who are you rooting for? In any case, the buffalo realized that it was not worth underestimating domesticated distant relatives at all. Pay attention to how the bull pushes back the buffalo, how they rest their feet, concentrated their maximum efforts for the sake of crushing pressure. However, they do not try to touch the blood vessels on the neck of the enemy with their sharp tips of their horns. They do not try to gouge out their eyes. In general, they behave, albeit harshly, but nobly. Don't you agree? Bulls live in the mountains, which are perfectly adapted to life at high altitude. This is the yak. They are easily recognized by their long hanging hair, which perfectly withstand the blows of the harsh mountain cold wind. Even a large and adult bull should probably not mess with a yak. This young fighter decided to show the yak who came up to meet who was in charge here. A big mistake. Mountains harden their inhabitants. The yak's size advantage is small, but it has incredible fury, longer horns, and pressure. His opponent weighed more than half a ton, but the yak not only crushed his defenses and suppressed resistance, but also knocked him down and then threw him away. The stunned bull flew down the slope, but fortunately was able to get to his feet once again. He will remember this lesson for quite a long time. He was just lucky that I didn't finish him off. Messing with mountain yaks is a bad idea even for seasoned bulls.